No, they taunted Mischievous. No, they knocked out Tatsugiri. My whole game plan. Gone in an instant. Alright. Alright. Uh, we'll just try to knock stuff out now, I guess. A while back, I don't know, some time ago, I uploaded my 100th video on this channel. And it was kind of exciting for me when I realized that was coming up. I made this channel as just a silly little experiment in my downtime, uploading Draft League content, and then experimenting with more and more stuff as I got more interested in seeing what I could do with it. It's still not all the way where I want it to be at time of recording, but hey, I've kept experimenting and it's been fun to keep working on this. So back then I made a video featuring Pokemon number 100 to celebrate 100 videos. That Pokemon was Voltorb. The battling component didn't go super well, trying to make Voltorb work in a VGC format, but it was just a fun little celebratory video. Yeah, to cap off something that I hadn't really seen coming when I started this. So, because we don't always learn our lessons around here, and because I am at 200 videos now, I have made a team for VGC Regulation G, the current format at time of recording, with Pokemon number 200, Mischievous. And once again, I have carefully timed this so that it is my second video in both, or sorry, my 200th video, wow, in both production order and release order, even though some videos will be published before this one that were made after it, and some will be published after this one made before it, but I'm keeping an eye on that timing. And just to be clear, I'm not counting shorts toward the count. I'm not including those. You can make too many of those too quickly. They warp the numbers. No thanks. So, generally in Regulation G, right, you get one restricted Pokemon. You typically start off figuring out how to build around that. But this time I had to start off with Mischievous. And when I think Mischievous, I think Perish Song. So, what can you do with Perish Song? Obviously, Perish Trap comes to mind, but I don't know a way to make that work in Regulation G. I think you'd have to be Wolf Glick to figure out even a passable way to do that, more or less. So that idea I dropped pretty quickly. I don't know how to play Perish Trap on that kind of level. The other two ways to play Perish Song are, one, as a late game win con, grab a couple of quick KOs and then shore up the win with the Perish Song, or two, use it to knock out your own Tatsugiri so that you can get Dondozo in with all of the benefits of a Tatsugiri boost. Yeah, knock out Tatsugiri while it's in Dondozo's mouth, so you get all the benefits on the Dondozo, but you get a second Pokemon in next to it. So that's what I'm going with here, because I don't think I can reliably get the kind of offensive pressure to grab those quick KOs for Perish Song endgame in Regulation G. So I have Mischievous here on a Dozogiri team. Hang on, am I getting a phone call? Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording. Okay, I don't know what that phone call was. I answered and no one spoke, but anyway. Yeah, so I have Dondozo and Tatsugiri. Mischievous is here with a Focus Sash, able in most situations to get the Perish Song off next to Tatsugiri turn 1. Since the Focus Sash is then not available to Tatsugiri, I have Protect on that. And that forces me to get Dondozo in pretty much right away so that I can properly execute the combination, but that's really not the worst thing in the world. And then once Tatsugiri goes down, I can bring in a strong offensive threat next to Dondozo in Shadow Rider Calyrex or Rapid Strike Urshifu. Urshifu is a little bit redundant as another hard-hitting physical water type, and that's not really what it's here for. I'm more interested in the Calyrex. Or I can bring in Amoonguss to help keep Dondozo healthy, right? Put opponents to sleep, redirect attacks, heal Dondozo with the side Pollen Puff. I mean, those are the basic things that Amoonguss does. I also might, depending on the matchup, still have the option of a late game Perish Song after an offensive lead, and that's what the Urshifu is here for. If I'm going to put out a lot of offensive pressure with just two Pokemon, Shadow Rider Calyrex with Rapid Strike Urshifu seems like a pretty reasonable way to do it. Urshifu not only hitting through Protect, but of course also having that fighting typing to complement Calyrex's Astral Barrage. So that's the basic idea. Most likely, once I get into a game, I'm going to be leading Mischievous Tatsugiri with Dondozo and probably Calyrex, maybe Amoonguss in the back. But if I see a matchup where I think it makes sense, the Calyrex or Shifu lead with Mischievous and like Dondozo in the back so that Dondozo can stall out the opponent's last couple Pokemon. It's not a great mode, but it might be attempted at some point. And look, I'm building around Mischievous in a restricted format. I'm doing what I can here, right? Maybe it'll have a better run than Voltorb did. Okay, right off the bat, we get a Miraidon team. Looks pretty standard, although there's a Roaring Moon on it. I don't know if that's standard right now. This would be, of course, the 6th that won Worlds, except that there is that Roaring Moon instead of Whimsicott. I'm not really sure what that adds necessarily, but anyway. Okay. I mean, this is the problem, right? Teams put out so much offensive pressure in Reg G that they might just knock out Mischievous before I can execute the Perish Song. But if they lead like Miraidon, Roaring Moon, then they might set Tailwind instead, and Mischievous might get a chance to do its thing. So that's what we're going to try for here. And do I bring Calyrex or Amoonguss to this one? I feel like Dondozo might get overwhelmed by all these hyper-offensive Pokemon, so I think Calyrex needs to be here to give it some relief. It is Miraidon Roaring Moon, so yeah, I'm hoping to see Tailwind, because that means they're not attacking with both Pokemon right away. Just go straight for Perish Song and Protect. Mischievous also has 3 other moves, but I'm not expecting to make much use of them. That said, Icy Wind is an option for speed control. Curse can help get Mischievous off the field and threaten... Oh, it's Dragon Cheer stuff. Well, that explains what the Roaring Moon adds. That's really bad for me because they could just crit Dondozo. They could just crit Dondozo through its boosts. Oh no. Oh no. And the Roaring Moon could have knockoff. So they can remove Dondozo's leftovers. No recovery for it since I didn't bring Amoonguss. Alright, this might be... this is going to be a tough one right off the bat. But what can you do? Let's just get Dondozo in here. And Tatsugiri's move doesn't really matter, but... Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Curse can do some damage, get Mischievous off the field. Icy Wind is speed control. Yeah, there's no recovery for Dondozo now, and it's going to get crit. Oh, it didn't, but a crit would have KO'd, so the next one will. Actually, I'll just Protect here to kill their Perish turns. And then they're forced to switch out, or let these Pokemon go down to Perish Song. So we can at least get rid of the Dragon Cheer. Anyway, oh, and then Helping Hand is just a good generic support move when it has a couple of hyper-offensive partners. There we go. Finally finished the thought. Tatsugiri goes down. I guess I'll bring Calyrex in here. It should be faster than these Pokemon. Oh, no, it shouldn't, because they have Tailwind. Well, what can you do? Committed to it now. I think Cudgel into Dondozo. Did they think there'd be a Terra or something? They just hit it with 2 resisted attacks. Dondozo is getting chipped down badly, but not that weak. Get a couple of KOs here. We can... well, we can kill their last turn of Tailwind. The problem is they can set it right back up. But actually, with the Terra Fairy Calyrex, faster... Roaring Moon doesn't have a boost anymore. It'll be faster than it when the Tailwind wears off. We can just Terra Blast it. They've already used their Terra. Do I still lose to Miraidon after that? I don't know, but... Yeah, maybe. Maybe I do. Well, I'll try a Wave Crash into Miraidon, because if they don't target... if they target Calyrex with Miraidon, then Dondozo should be able to actually get the attack off, right? I'll just Terra Blast Roaring Moon here. Do you just knock it out? Doesn't protect. Miraidon probably can't protect. And Dondozo is actually faster with the Tailwind gone and knocks Miraidon out. So the Mischievous game plan worked in this first game of the video. Dondozo was under a lot of pressure once I got it set up, but getting Calyrex in next to it really did make the difference there. That's what you like to see. Mischievous putting in work with that Perish Song to get the Tatsugiri out of the way. Sorry, Tatsugiri, but you know, you sacrifice yourself for the cause. It's a noble calling. Okay, we've got a Kyogre team now with Double Grass, Chien-Pao, Tornadus, of course. I I don't hate just doing the same stuff again here. If I Terrasilize Dondozo, it is Terra Dragon, which honestly I didn't put a ton of thought into. So that does make it weak to Chien-Pao. And then of course Calyrex is also weak to Chien-Pao if I don't Terrasilize it. That's a bit of a hole in this team, huh? And if I bring Urshifu instead of Calyrex, then I have issues with the grass types, but actually not so much if I'm committing the Terra Dragon on Dondozo. So that might be the call here. Mischievous, Tatsugiri, Dondozo, Urshifu. Okay, it's Torn Ogre lead. I'm looking for once again, I'm looking for them to click Tailwind turn 1, ideally, and not Bleak Wind Storm or Taunt. I'll just Perish Song and Protect. I don't know if I needed to protect Tatsugiri there. Maybe something like an Icy Wind, or even just landing a Draco Meteor into something would have been better. Because I think Tatsugiri would have taken that Water Spout, but it's okay. We get the Perish Song up. We get Dondozo in here. They go Sarina, which is fair enough. So, but now I'm looking to do the Terra Dragon. Tatsugiri... Oh, it's Hurricane Tornadus. It confuses Dondozo. That's a bit awkward. But yeah, I'll Terrest. They could have Triple Axle on Sarina. I didn't think of that until now. I'm not used to fighting Sarina. It does get Triple Axle, doesn't it? Alright, well, just gonna have to hope we connect this order up. They do go for Power Up this turn. It crits, but hey, good thing we Terrasilized. But, okay, self-damage from Confusion. If they don't have Tailwind up, I'll Protect to try to get around their last turn of Tailwind here. And then I think Dondozo will be faster than Sarina. Okay, good. We get the Protect. There's the Triple Axle. And an Ice Beam from Kyogre. So yeah, Dondozo, I need you to... Okay, Tatsugiri perishing here is good. Dondozo, I need you to land your attack now, my friend. And I'll Surging Strikes into Sarina again as well. I don't want the close combat drops just yet, I think. And if Dondozo attacks, then yeah, I'm just looking to make sure of the KO here. Order Up does not KO, but Surging Strikes does. Rain boosted, of course. They do still have the Ice Beam into Dondozo. That does more damage than I'm comfortable with. There's their Urshifu, so I can't even protect Dondozo safely here. But we'll just double into Kyogre now with Order Up and Close Combat. Surging Strikes my Urshifu, that's interesting. Life Orb on theirs. We do pick up Kyogre, so Dondozo doesn't have to try to take another Ice Beam, which probably would have KO'd. Now it's Tornadus. I'm just going to try to remove their Urshifu and sack Mischievous to get rid of the drops on my Urshifu. Okay, doesn't quite KO. I'm starting to regret how little attack investment I have on this Dondozo, as it does get knocked out there. That's not great. Probably just lose the Tornadus now, actually. Well, let's try not to. I'll Detect. Their Urshifu will drop to Life Orb damage at this point anyway, and Curse or Icy Wind. I'll go for a Curse into Tornadus. I'm not sure they'll let me have this anyway. Yeah, they can just KO Mischievous. Oh well, I tried. We do Protect. They actually can miss the Hurricane, so it's not over yet. And we're faster, but I don't think they missed the Hurricane because the game ended. And Surging Strikes is not quite doing enough. Alright. Well, on to the next one. If they'd missed that Hurricane, then would have turned out differently, but that's Pokemon. And obviously Hurricane is more likely to hit than not, so it's not like I got badly hacked there or something. Here's another Miraidon team. Alright, my opponent a little bit taken aback. This video is probably going to go up multiple weeks after recording, because again, carefully timed to be the 200th made and the 200th published. There's a real difference there between those lists. But hey, if you do see this, now you know what was going on. Should I just bring the same Pokemon as the first game? I don't know if it's going to work again, but I'm down to try. Okay, Whimsicott, Miraidon. Probably get my Parasong here. We've hit Tailwind teams every time, and every time I'm thinking, please click Tailwind turn 1. And this one does. So we get our Parasong. Also, another turn where I didn't need to protect Tatsugiri. Maybe I should be playing it more aggressively sometimes. I would consider leaving Mischievous in here and sacking it, and getting a move off of Tatsugiri, but I'm worried about Whimsicott going straight from Moonblast, so I will switch to Dondozo here. They just taunt Dondozo. Try to knock out the Mischievous. So yeah, I had a chance there to land an attack with Tatsugiri before going for the Dondozo stuff, but oh well. The other awkward thing here is I can't order up Whimsicott, and I don't especially want to order up Corviknight. It's actually not the worst thing to order up into Corviknight. We know that Dondozo can use the extra attack boosts after that last game. I missed a chance to order up Miraidon there. Oh well. I didn't know what they were going to do. Dondozo can't protect. I think the Terra Dragon is probably worth it. It does possibly create some trouble against Whimsicott later, but I think I'm more afraid of Miraidon than I am of Whimsicott. They could Terra Fairy. But even then, they're probably choice locked, so it's not the end of the world. But I might want to attack Ogerpon instead of Miraidon. No, because I think if this attack doesn't work out, then I'm better off with them still having these two Pokemon on the field instead of getting Whimsicott in now. Okay, they actually just Volt Switch out. But it's the Corviknight, not the Whimsicott. Take that Woodhammer nicely after the Terra. Chip Corviknight, get another attack boost. The Tailwind is ending, so is my Taunt. And Tatsugiri is gone, so now I get Calyrex in. And I can Nasty Plot, or I can just start clicking Astral Barrage right now. I think I want to keep the pressure up, so let's order up Corviknight and Astral Barrage. Maybe I don't need Nasty Plot on this set. I've just kind of fallen back on the Calyrex that I've been using a fair bit lately. Okay, I would have liked to get a Grim Neigh boost there, but oh well, didn't time it right. But, ooh, actually, this is a threat now because of the Tailwind they can set up here. Well, let's try to get rid of Ogerpon and protect Calyrex for now. And then I can sack Mischievous to get around an Encore play. And I just have to take a hit from Miraidon, I guess. They still haven't terrestrialized, right? So let's throw a +6 Stomping Tantrum at Miraidon. And yeah, sack Mischievous. Yeah, there's the Terra Fairy. I just wasn't brave enough to Wave Crash, I guess. Should have been. Oh well. Oh well. It's locked into Dazzling Gleam. So hopefully it doesn't knock Calyrex out here, and it doesn't look like it will. Because they're definitely not KOing Dondozo. Probably should have targeted that Moonblast into Calyrex, but they didn't, and a little bit of an awkward endgame, but Calyrex does pick up those last 2 KOs. But yeah, that took some turns that were not super comfy for me, but it worked out in the end. If I just Wave Crashed the Miraidon on that second last turn, that would have been a cool play. I chickened out, I guess. There's a Shadow Rider Balance team. Looks like Wolfglick's Worlds team. Maybe it is. He did release that fairly recently at time of recording. Raging Bolt is kind of a problem, huh? Well, yeah, okay. You can have open team sheets, but let's just do our thing here. Generally, if the opponent agrees to open team sheets first, I like to do that because It just feels a little rude if they want to play that to not let them. Anyway, should be able to get Pair Song off here. And you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to Muddy Water instead of Protect. Okay, I just got faked out. Should have realized. They go for Trick Room, though, so they're not taking any KOs. I actually can switch Mischievous out now with the Focus Sash still intact. Or I can Protect Tatsugiri now and land like a curse into something. I actually think I like that more, because what else is Mischievous doing in this game? Yeah, let's curse this Incineroar, actually. Hyper Voice? Okay, so they still do no damage this turn. I still have the Focus Set. Well, no, I don't, because I used Curse. Now we'll go Dondozo. Please don't burn me or anything. Knock off. Okay, that's not great either, but better than Will-O-Wisp. Tatsugiri dodging a Psychic there. Let's just try to take a Parting Shot here. I'm going to order up into the Incineroar slot. If they stay in, get rid of that Pokemon. If they Parting Shot, which I think they will, we can chip something. And keep the attack boost. Raging Bolt. Okay, that's a good Parting Shot target. Yeah. And then... They still have Trick Room up. But actually, if I just go Calyrex and then double Protect, they don't have Trick Room up anymore. Protect, Protect. Terra Fairy. Okay, good to know. Won't be trying to order up that anymore. I actually think I'm down to Terrastalize Dondozo, Wave Crash into the Raging Bolt, and switch Calyrex. Here's the thing. Calyrex is not that valuable into Incineroar and Farigiraf if I don't Terrastalize it, which I'm not going to do if I'm Terrastalizing Dondozo here. So it might be worthwhile to actually just leave Calyrex in and attack while I can, but I think not, because they have priority on both these Pokemon, so I'll sack Mischievous to that. Oh, they don't go for the Thunderclap. Okay. Or the Grassy Glide. I actually did have a pretty free Astral Barrage there, but it doesn't matter. A win's a win. Mischievous coming back in as Dondozo takes out the Raging Bolt, and this opponent's had enough, I guess. I want to look at their team sheet, actually. Because I don't think Wolf had Helping Hand on his World's Incineroar, did he? Maybe he did. Oh, yeah, this does look like his World's team. I guess I'm just misremembering. Okay. Got a Koraidon Sun team. I guess we just keep doing the same thing. Yeah, I talked about the possibility of Calyrex or Shifu lead with a Pair Song endgame, but I didn't really think I was likely to see a matchup where I wanted to do that. And so far, no such matchup. Let's just do our thing here. Please cook Tailwind, and not Bleak Windstorm, Icy Wind, or Taunt. Oh, it's Single Strike or Shifu. I can't Protect around it. Well, that just makes me want a Muddy Water instead. No, they taunted Mischievous. No, they knocked out Tatsugiri. My whole game plan. Gone in an instant. Alright. Alright. We'll just try to knock stuff out now, I guess. My whole game plan. Coldly ripped away turn one. I'd like to be able to try to go for a Curse and a Koraidon, but I don't think I'll get the chance because of that taunt on Mischievous. Oh well. Now I'm just trying to kill Tailwind turns, although I think Tailwind turns doesn't really do anything for me if I don't get rid of the Tornadus. And I don't have a way to do that. I don't even like Wave Crash here because the sun is up. And they switch it out. At least I get a super effective order up into Raging Bolt. Too bad it's unboosted and unboosting. Still does some chip. Okay, let me curse Tornadus. Oh, they let me curse Tornadus. I think it's still worth their while to just sack it to get the Tailwind back up, but maybe they won't. Let's see. Yeah, they just acted to get Tailwind back up. That's, I think, pretty straightforwardly correct. But I was hoping they wouldn't. Alright, well, Calyrex, are you feeling lucky? No luck involved in the first protect. I probably should have protected Dondozo there just to keep the Raging Bolt occupied a little longer. 1 in 3 chance of getting the double protect. Now we didn't get it. And it would have been 1 in 9 for the next one. Oh well. That plan wasn't always going to work. Play a little more. We've got a Zamazenta team here. That could be hard to deal with for sure. But, I mean, I'm pretty locked into this mode now. Let's just run it back again. I haven't brought a Mungus to a single game, and I'm feeling completely fine with that. Maybe if we ran into a hard Trick Room team, I would have brought a Mungus. That's probably the matchup for it. But it's been mostly just Tailwind. And a couple of Balancy teams that are not running Trick Room either. Let's see what this player comes up with. Of course, Qianpao is an issue. Well, no, Qianpao was more of an issue on that rain team because I wanted to terrestrialize Dondozo to get around the 2 grass types. This player only has 1 grass type. I might get myself into the same kind of position, but I also might be able to just terrestrialize Calyrex and deal with Qianpao that way. All of that said, these 2 Pokemon are probably just going to attack, so I don't think I get the Perish Song this game, but obviously we're going to try. They might double into Tatsugiri instead of Mischievous. They definitely might work out. They also might have Taunt on Fluttermane, which would be bad news for me. But you don't know unless you try. Oh, okay, we're fast. Okay, Mischievous is faster than Raging Bolt and does get the Perish Song off. And then drops to a Snarl. So that's kind of just perfect. I get Dondozo in for free. I actually do feel pressured to terrestrialize against this Raging Bolt. The problem is the Fluttermane then. Alright. No Terra this turn. Order up into Raging Bolt. See what happens. Switches out. Okay. Getting taunted is not ideal, especially since the Rillaboom has Fake Out pressure if it wants it now, and the Terra Dragon is still not appealing here. Maybe I need to just be trying to remove Fluttermane at this point. I think so. Because the Fluttermane is the reason I'm hesitating to Terra against both Rillaboom and Raging Bolt. They do let me have it, but between Recoil and then Woodhammer... Dondozo is so low, might not be worth the Terra. It'd be nice to see what their last Pokemon is. So I'm not taking for granted that it's Zamazenta. If it's Chien-Pao, I probably want to terastallize Calyrex instead of Dondozo. Getting ahead of myself there. See, Dondozo just gets knocked out here if I don't Terra, but if I do Terra, that might happen anyway. And for what? But I'll Terra. I feel like I definitely just lose Dondozo if I don't Terra, and I'm not confident that I can afford that. If I do Terra, there's a chance this turn works out at least. Oh, I knock out Rillaboom. I thought it would go for Grassy Glide. We actually do survive the Thunderbolt, but there could be a Thunderclap coming next. Okay, Taunt Ending, though, is huge. Grassy Terrain is still up. Dondozo can get a lot of recovery just from one Protect. What's their last? Chien-Pao. Ah, they got me, I think. See, I was thinking about saving the Terra on Calyrex to cover for Chien-Pao, but they didn't show it until the end. That was very well played by them. I'm going to protect Calyrex, that way they still have to think about how to target on the next turn, after Dondozo gets a bit of recovery here. And then, it's probably Focus Sash Chien-Pao, right? Oh well. There's not really much to do here except this. If they let me get the Astral Barrage off, then maybe I can knock out Chien-Pao and beat Raging Bolt in the endgame. Although the Dragon typing is not great cover for that. No, they Sucker Punch. Okay. That's what I was afraid of. And it is Sash, of course. So Dondozo probably just doesn't have enough left in the tank to win this, but we'll try. Let's get what recovery we can here. They might not have a Dragon attack on Raging Bolt. Kind of feels like they might have shown it by now. But you'd think they probably would. Well, I mean, they've shown Thunderbolt, Thunderclap, and Snarl. Maybe it's Protect last and they cut the Dragon attack. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Well. Hey, we tried. This team was not going to work every time. But you know what? It worked a few times, and I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, GG to this opponent. They played this really well. Maybe if I had a different Terra type on Dondozo, it would have gone differently, but yeah, preserving the Chien-Pao in the back and keeping me guessing was a pretty solid approach to this one by them. And you know what? Misdreavus put on a better performance than Voltorb, I'll say that. So maybe things are trending up as we go through the increments of 100 Pokemon, and it's just going to get better from here. Nobody look up what Pokemon number 300 is, okay? Just take my word for this one. Okay, like and subscribe. Bye.